Namaste to you too. Okay. Can everybody hear me? Is okay? Okay. Please give me a second. Let me adjust the camera tilt. Hello, welcome to Sangha on YouTube as well as the Zoom. Everybody pretty familiar how it goes. No? Meher, your first time you been here before? Second time. Hello, everybody. So we have a first question about Bhakti. This is a, a scarf. I don't really wear it. One of my dear students from Ireland, I think, she gave it to me while I was in Italy. So you want to see it? What is it? You know, that's quite a weird scarf. I was visiting one of my students who is very much into the labels and brands. When they saw this scarf, they thought like I'm also into the same. What call it, chasing the labels. You want to see it? What is it? You will surprise it. It's a spaceman. Can you guess? It's a spaceman, and it goes bottom. It's on the way now. Chanel. So I will never go a by. I like the character. I like the spaceman, and she got it. She's a what do you call it? Fashion person, and she said it will suit you because she tried to pollute. You know, I just took it as a see it what it does anything makes me a bit more spacious than actually I am. I like the spaceman, not the label of it. So I gave it to almost one of my students who liked it more than myself, but didn't take it. Anyway, I think somebody already saying something on YouTube. Hello, and I have a one question for you today about bhakti. Bhakti is devotion. Devotion, or you can call it in modern day is love, but actually it's not as near as devotion. Till your bhakti reach to that point of rush, the joy inside you, the inner essence, the fragrance, the point where your ego almost dissolves. And there's many stages, many types how you actually can perform the bhakti. But the first aim of the bhakti is to reach into that state of rasa, or the inner joy should be created inside. Complete surrender, basically, total surrender. But the moment you use the word surrender, it can very easily be abused, which had taken place in the past. But it's very different when you do a bhakti. Bhakti is it creates a space inside your heart. When you are in a love, what you call in a Hebrew relation, it creates a moment of space inside you. It creates something much more valuable, greater feeling inside you. And that greater feeling is only momentary as long as as a two human being on human level, you still remain in love, but there is no fracture. Can you imagine that frequency live in you 24/7? Because your devotion is or your turn sometime into a duty, or your love turns sometime into either only relationship and engagement of your senses. But when in bhakti, all of your senses are involved only to one single point, and they are in total no expectation mode. But when you are in a relationship, what you call it love, there is expectation from each other. There is certain level of obligation. What you call it compromise. In a devotion, in a relationship or in a love, human relation love, there is compromise. A certain compromise you make with the senses. But in bhakti, there is a tyag. Tyag is a letting go. You reducing the expectation of your senses, not killing the desire, but you offer the desire because you want to increase or intensify your sadhana or intensify the practice to the next level. You want to increase the joy, the love inside you to a maximum level as possible, where actually even you lose awareness of yourself. I give you example. People may take it differently as they like it, but there was this very famous story in Mahabharata, a great epic where Bhagavad Gita has come from. If you have read it, great. If you have not read it, please, I highly recommend you to read. At least one book one should read in their lifetime, at least 10 to 12 times. More you read it, it's like an ocean of knowledge, ocean of discovery. Like where you dive deeper, the greater discovery you find. Similarly, message with Bhagavad Gita. More you read Bhagavad Gita, more you discover about it. A second book I will highly recommend you is called Ashtabakra Gita. It depends. Then you see both of them, they spin your head. And then you can have little awakening till you get knocked off from your firm fixed mindset. There is no possibility of growth because you are living in a comfort. So try to, if you can read them, that will be great. So there's story in Mahabharata. There's once a time and the Krishna, Lord Krishna goes to visit one of his devotees' house, or somebody who loves him. I'm giving the description of devotion. Devotion is not is matter of being devout. It's not following. There's two separate words. Following is a very different word. Devout, devotion. And the Krishna arrived. The person is so overwhelmed with the joy, so overwhelmed with the love, so overwhelmed with the happiness inside. It loses the awareness of it. They forget even to ask for a social morality goes out of the window. As long as there's social morality, code of conduct, whether in a bhakti yoga is, you still performing an action. It have not reached to the point of devotion. So in one way, it trains your mind to go egoless state. Then she offers the banana to a Krishna. She peel the banana for Krishna. She threw the inside fruit to a bin, gives him the peel. Do you understand? But she was so much in a joy seeing the beloved, or the devotion was so much she forgot completely. Her awareness, all of your senses is gone. So there was no awareness of senses. You lose completely yourself. And the way the Krishna picks up the peel of the banana, Krishna start eating. Her husband says to her, "What you have done?" You even give him the pill. I said, oh sorry, I forgot about it. I was so much overwhelmed with the joy of seeing. So it is a one scenario of it. So your bhaktis or your practice, your desire, or you can call it your dedication, your devotion should reach to that level where all of your senses lose in whatever practice you are doing. Is one element of it. Now you practicing yoga, hatha yoga or any yoga, but you are more concerned about how you look in a yoga posture. You are not gone past a one single sense, that is the self-judgment. And then how would you get benefit of inner unity? It's important to have good alignment, but not to have judgment. There is different awareness or self-competition to some other people or to somebody that you have seen how well somebody do the posture is. So rising above your senses, understanding them, accepting them, and rising above. That when you actually yoga start. And this is the first step. Without bhakti yoga, you can do any sadhana. Your fruits are not going to happen. Because there is no love, there is no possibility. As simple as that. If there is no love inside, doesn't matter how smart, intelligent, awakened you are, there is no possibility. You become a root, all it becomes like egomaniac, spiritually egomaniac. So bhakti is a very essential part of your practice. Devotion is very essential because it creates a connectivity, makes you a human. It makes you to connect with your feelings that also available around you as well. It makes your heart chakra open up, not just only your third eye. Without this is not good. Remember that. If your heart chakra is not open, third eye open up, crown open up is all useless. I guarantee that much. Look at everybody says most the gate for the God's kingdom is through your heart. Most of you feel in the heart chakra. Without even look at your body life. Without the heart, you will not even have this physical body operating. Simple as that. But also, if you look at from yoga point of view, your heart distributes the prana. Do you understand? Heart is working, which is controller. Actually, I came to know some countries called controller. So if your heart chakra is distributing the prana to your whole body, which is a God particle basically. Prana, where you take the energy in the body, as you inhale, exhale, without the heart, there's possibility, will you be alive if there was no heart in the body? Maybe you can live without kidney, you can live without liver a little bit, maybe you can live with the one lung. I don't think so. Any other organ, you may survive a certain time, but if you take the heart out and nothing in the body, would you live? Probably not. Maybe some artificial machinery that doing same job with the heart, which again become a distribution, become a center point of distribution for the energy to your body. It's a basic concept. Similarly, when you're practicing pranayama, practicing yoga, always have a warmth in your heart. When you have a judgment, when you're practicing asanas, that doesn't create a good energy into your heart chakra. When you're feeling a lack, or when you're competing, there is a little bit of discomfort energy in your heart chakra. Because if you're greed, again some energy inside your heart chakra. Lack, again negative energy inside your heart chakra. All of them actually have an impact on your heart chakra energy. So always try to create a abundance. Always try to create a openness. That's what actually your body requires. That's what your life needs. Abundance and openness, acceptance, surrender, and literally embracing the life. You just too much. You judge too much your life. Always finding limitations. But I don't think you are limited. I don't think the breath you take is limited. You will find a more purity inside. So when you're practicing asanas, I will still again request to find a way to create a bit sense of love inside for each posture even. Doesn't matter you practicing Hatha Yoga or practicing Kundalini Yoga, practicing Raj Yoga, even meditation. Don't practice with a stiff attitude. Always melt inside yourself. You will find it greater benefit. If you can do 10% of movement, be happy, be grateful for that you can do 10%. There is possibility to do a further, but if you don't appreciate 10%, your 90% will not going to happen. If it happens, again you will not be happy with the 90%. So certain level of gratitude should be cultivated. What you are capable of doing, have love towards it. Your body will open up, your heart will open up, your senses will open up, you will go further into it. So it's very essential part. And the next part of the question I have from my dear friend, if I see the same person, uh, if it's the same, maybe not. I will not say the name. It's from YouTube. Luna, Lady Luna, or I think so, yeah. Or maybe Lady Luna. So, what is the difference between Hatha and Kundalini? Ha and Tha, Ha and Tha, your yin and yang, sun and moon, two energies, creating the balance in the body. Once you get balance in your body, your equilibrium takes place. When you get equilibrium, they create the possibility for your Kundalini to arise. Kundalini, it can only happen if your Ha and Tha is balanced. If your Ha and Tha is not balanced, Kundalini is unlikely to be awakened. So Hatha Yoga can support the Kundalini. Kundalini can't support the Hatha Yoga. If your Ida and Pingala is not balanced and Kundalini awakened, will create a bipolarity or create your mind fluctuating, instability. So I will highly recommend to work to balance or open the two channels in your body, yin and yang, or Ha and Tha, or sun and moon energy. Then you try to awaken the Kundalini. So Kundalini is the energy awakening inside you. Without Kundalini, you will not be alive. Point one. Kundalini already awakened inside the body. Is a Ha and Tha. Once you get balance, the crown or your both sides, the brain energy, you create a possibility for Kundalini to rise up. Not to awaken, Kundalini to rise up. So, Kundalini is an energy inside the body which is alive in all of you. It's not a snake inside you. If you have an idea that there is a snake inside the body, you don't have a snake. If you have a snake, I will be very scared. Because if you look at the anatomy of your spine, tip of your tailbone to center of the brain, or your brain is formation of your spine. If you look at from the side angle, bare bone itself, it looks like a cobra. It looks like a cobra. That is a Kundalini. Even through Hatha Yoga, when your awareness transcended, when your awareness transcended, all your whole spine is full of prana. Your whole spine is full of awareness. When your energy is vibrating with zero blockage in your spine, you creating a possibility for a kundalini or energy to flow through, because all the channels inside the body are awakened. We only think of the spine as the physical aspect of it, but the central column, the bone marrow, you call it, it actually carries a certain level of very high frequency. When your spine is open, the vibration that channels from a base chakra, tip of the tailbone, to the center of the brain, the both energies inside the body is vibrating. The both end of the spine is open. When they can have no blockage, your spine have no blockage, you can feel the sensation through your whole backbone, the electrifying sensation. But when it happens, it is not uncomfortable. It is not that you are seeing stars. Hallucination is not there. If you feeling the hallucination while Kundalini is getting awakened or Kundalini is rising up, you are imagining too much. You are imagining too much. You've been watching too many movies. Or you've been reading too many books or history of other people. Is a Kundalini rises up inside you, actually it enhances your awareness level. It enhances or transforms your perception. Most of the time you are thinking from the base chakra. You are tamasic. When Kundalini awakens, you start thinking from your crown chakra. You start living from your crown chakra. That's the difference. Your, what you call it, humane necessities, insecurities, they become totally irrelevant. Your tamasic nature becomes irrelevant. No longer actually, you have transformed completely yourself. You have transcended yourself. You become a Buddha when Kundalini rises up to the crown where your spine completely awakened. You have a zero fear. You have a zero desires. You have a zero greed. You have zero insecurities. What so-called Kundalini nowadays, you are living with the insecurity. I have less people in my class, but yet my Kundalini awakened. I am a Kundalini teacher. Joke is a reality. But I can't say anything wrong about anybody. I already said it anyway. Please, pardon me. If somebody find it uncomfortable, please forgive me. But it's the truth. So the truth should be spoken at least once or twice. But Hatha Yoga is a two separate definitions for it. One separation definition comes as Hatha is also described as a force. If something is not happening, you make it happen by the force. So you override the mental discomfort or physical discomfort or mental and physical limitation. That is also a different definition of Hatha. Means you being literally forceful to transform yourself. This is the Bambargi practice people do. Dambargi, which is right, when they don't take shortcuts basically in the practice. You work to channel the body to the mantra, channel the body to the practice, channel the body to pranayama, channel the body right and left with the austerity practices, not by making the aggressive practice, allowing the body's own natural rhythm to purify itself. Once the purification of the body takes place, And once purity is there, when energy get awakened, you likely to sustain it, you get a better meaning out of it. So Kundalini is the energy inside the body. Hatha helps that Kundalini to be rise up, or develops the ability to cultivate it, or develops the ability to enhance it. It develops the energy to channel it, basically. So Kundalini is energy inside the body. It's not a snake, by the way. So to that get clear out of here, because somebody was came to the class, got scared, say, I don't want my snake to be awake and might bite my crown. I say it's more likely to bite in the base chakra before it bites your crown, my friend. So if you do practicing Kundalini Yoga, always remember your diet should be pure. If you are lethargic and eating a tamasic food and practicing a Kundalini Yoga, you can practice as much as you like, or it's going to create a bipolarity. You will create the mental fluctuation. You will start living multiple personality. You will have personality disorder, basically. You want to have one personality. You don't want to have too many personalities inside you. So if your purity of mind is not there, purity of the body is not there, purity of the lifestyle is not there, you practice Kundalini, it's going to create a multiple personality disorder. One time you are really comfortable and calm and completely liberated, and the moment insecurity hits, you literally just go cuckoo. So first purify the body, purify the nadis, and develop the balanced lifestyle, and let the energy rise naturally, zero force required. We do that similar practice in a Prana Kriya Yoga, but we don't force. There is no violence. The first violence, there's so much violence already around you, and you go on creating more violence towards yourself because you're so desperate to have Kundalini awaken. So your mental aggression should not be there, whatever practice you are doing. Mental agitation should not be there, whatever practice you are doing. It should be done with the state of love, a state of surrender, a state of acceptance, and the gratitude for it. So Hatha and Kundalini, there is no much difference. One is a flowing energy, one helps that energy to be awakened. So if that makes difference, if you have a question, please do reach back to me again if you need to. There is another question I have. I'm aware that this can be quite confirming what? Should she practice Hatha first before Kundalini? I will highly recommend you to practice. If you are after Kundalini, come to Prana Kriya Yoga practice. In my Zoom meeting at present, there are several people who need to practice Kundalini, practice obsessed. They change to a Prana Kriya Yoga, they have feel the difference and had a very different experience. They also practice Himalayan Hatha Yoga as well. I will do recommend you, if your body is not clean, your senses are not clean, I will recommend you to practice Hatha Yoga first, and then purify the body, purify the senses, and create a openness in the mind, create a openness in your body. You do not need to practice Kundalini Yoga. Kundalini will automatically rise up if your body is clean. Remember that. If your channels are clean, you automatically rise up. Your paths are blocked, and can you imagine, the water is flowing, energy is flowing, and the paths are blocked, how does that going to work? Clear the path. When the energy flow, when you're clearing the path, you're also preparing possibility for energy. Energy will automatically come. Make yourself ready. Making your body ready, making your mind ready is a Hatha Yoga. Kundalini is a rising up, but automatically follow. If you are not prepared mentally, physically, energetically, and you start rising the Kundalini, it's going to create a severe issues. People like it. They like to get a little bit of the sense of belonging kind of cult. I will not recommend you. Sorry, somebody is laughing in the meeting because it's the truth, you know. It's the truth. So, if you're practicing, please do go to purify the mind, purify the body, purify the senses. Then you already get a sense of inside that you like to go further for Kundalini. That will be your total choice. But I will not recommend you to straight away to go to Kundalini. So there was another question I was reading previously. I'm aware that this can be quite a special topic. I'm not sure how and when conditions will come together for yogi to teach something like this. But it does not explain me anything about question. What is special about that? So let me see. Okay, I will go to the next topic. I have no idea what was that quite a special topic was, but I didn't see the message. But leave it, don't worry. Somebody will come back again. There's a question, fear of death. Fear of death. Everybody have it. You live in a fear majority of time. Fear of death, everybody have it. Everybody lives in it. Is it a fear of losing identity? Yes, sure, certainly. Losing control as well. How to resolve this fear? Don't die. Simple as that. Don't die. Make sure when the death comes to you, you are no longer exist. So death can't kill you. Take nirvana. Take liberation. Take salvation. Death can never happen to you. If you were never born, how the death can happen? Death is agenda that happened to this body. You do not want to leave this body, that's not possible. You are going to leave this body, doesn't matter you accept it or not accept it. You fight with it as much as you like. It is going to happen, I can guarantee you that much for sure. I have not seen anyone living forever, or not heard. There is few characters I know, they live. I don't know they are made up or the reality, but I don't want to go there because that will trick lots of people's problem. So, if fear, please ensure to the meditation. To the meditation, dissolve your mind completely. Practice. You are dying since you were born. Remember that. You are fearing death. This is a quite historic moment, basically. They know that. You are dying since you were born. But everybody told you you are getting bigger. You are living. But I call it not living, I call it dying. I don't, seriously, this is the fact. But people say, can you please be a bit more positive? So they, on the name of positivity, they sold you a wrong label, my dear. They sold you the wrong label that called living, they call life, but actually it is a death. You were born to die. You were born to death, not to live. If you believe that way. If you give them the right education from beginning, children will not have fear. You will have less misery. You will have no problems. You will have no worry about getting wrinkled as well. But I don't have any wrinkles, by the way. I practice yoga, pranayama every day. Practice meditation too. So, I give you an example, Dilar, my dear. Fear of death is very essential. It's engraved in us because nobody talks about it in society. You don't even see a dead body. People don't get to see. Where I come from, we children get to see a dead body very early days. Because somebody will die, definitely grandfather will die. Nowadays, modern society, your grandfather never see them. They live in old age home. When they die, doctor take them away, pack them away. You get to see them a little letter message. The grandpa is gone. There is no family. That is the one problem. Second condition is everybody gives a wrong message from day one. If they talked about it, have you seen it? You will ask a right question. Fear of death is essential because whatever you have accumulated your whole life, one day you are going to leave. All the attachment you created, all the labels you created, identity you built, so much ego. It is you are going to leave it. You work your whole life to protect it. One day comes, it all goes. So, fear of death is engraved in us. You get vaccination from day one, injected inside, you're not even born. What is that for? Again, the fear of death. No? It is fear of death. Your parents introduce you day one. Within 3 hours, you got introduced to a fear. Fear of death. And then you go along, then they always protecting you, they never let you to be free. All those ideas comes along. So you feel very special. I'm not saying you let children to be feared, the carelessness there, but you can give them a fearlessness with care. I don't talk about carelessness. I talk about fearlessness. Be honest with the children. Same like Santa story. Santa Claus comes along, and when they grow up, they get to see it. It's all I do. Same thing for my children. My parents do for me. It's again created story. It's product of capitalism, product of merchandisation. Similarly, death is also one of them. It was created, my dear. It was a natural cycle of life. But till the fear gets implanted in you, you will not invest money to protect yourself against the death. To fight the death, which is nobody have ever won so far. So far, nobody have won the battle against the death. All you can do, accept it and make peace with it. And find a way, when the death comes to you, you are happy. Staring in the eyes of death. So death is even frightened of. You say, wait, actually I encountered you. When the death arrived to you, or death should only kill this body. Your body was born, not you. Remember that. Your body was born, not you. So, come from 5 elements, you dissolve back to 5 elements. When you're practicing asanas, for what? So you can sit down, comfortably meditate. You're meditating for what? Dropping your ego, letting go of your ego. You reach to slowly that point. You have no egoless state where even you die, who is dying? Body. Ego is no longer there. You are no longer there. As long as you exist, death is going to happen. Experience your non-existent. You will not fear death. There will be no death. So, through the practices of meditation, through the yoga nidra, you slowly build the stamina to your senses. So where your senses no longer looking for a pleasure, when there is no purpose to live, you are not bothered that you hear only good words, good praises about you, or beautiful music. It makes no difference to you. Somebody swears at you, shouts at you, not praise you, it's just only a noise. You have transcended from all of your senses or what pleases you. So it makes no difference you are in this body or outside this body. Nobody living in here. It becomes an empty cell. You're only worried about where your pot is full. When pot is empty, it breaks or stays, makes no difference. So through the meditation practices, you must develop the egoless state. Accept the senses, rise above the sense pleasure. That's the first step you can develop it. There's lots of practices we can practice how to overcome with the fear of death. But the first one is try to practice a good savasana. There's behavioral yoga called savasana, with dead body posture. Know this person, if you practice savasana for a good period of time, you can rise above the fear of death. I guarantee you that much. My body have turned blue in savasana, literally blue. Frightened to the people, somebody almost called ambulance. I said, I never ever do that. Because they will cut me open and they will declare me dead. I am still here. I just go away from there for some time. So to feel the bodiless, what do you call it? I'm not this body. Have you experienced it? No, maybe just say it, I'm not this body. So if you practice savasana properly, you can't stay 20 minutes still lying in the body posture without worrying about your hair is on your face. You want to move it. If somebody is watching you with your eyes closed, that is your savasana. And you worry about, I want to master the savasana. Not possible. When, seriously, I have seen people in savasana and I have never seen dead body adjusting their hair in savasana. But people do actually adjust their hairs in savasana. So that was quite iconic. But anyway, so if you are practicing savasana, good practice to start. To override the fear of death, in yoga you have a savasana, core posture. Literally that described means dead body posture, means playing dead. At least first, if dead body doesn't move, practice not to move your body for a few hours. Stay still. Doesn't matter how painful it becomes. Don't move. Even the back of your head start aching. There was somebody I was teaching meditation savasana, I think. And after 45 minutes, somebody said, Yogi, I said, yes. My back of my head gets so painful. It feels like the floor is digging into my head and it's going to literally crack it open. Is somebody digging the nail? I said, God is trying to open your back of your head, my friend. He said, can I bring the pillow tomorrow? I said, please do. Bring the best one. It's the most comfortable pillow. Guy brings a very comfy pillow. Like, what do you call it? That take the shape of your head, adjustable, really foamy. Put it back of the head. Let's do same as yesterday. And within 35-45 minutes later, same pain appears. Might have taken a bit more longer, 5 minutes extra. I said, pain is still there. I said, you can get double pillow, triple pillow, pain will still be there. Pain will still be there. It's not going to happen because your mind is in the pain, not in the practice. So the practice savasana you have in yoga called dead body posture, corpse posture. If you want to rise above the fear of death, properly practice savasana. I have somebody I recommended 3 hours who did only 2 weeks. Third week said, I'm already feeling energy inside my body. I said, dead body don't feel energy. They only experienced energy. So do practice and see what can happen to you. There's a couple of questions that are still left. We run out of the time. Hopefully we catch them up next week. Okay. Hari Om everyone. Thank you. Namaste. If you liked it, you can share it with your friends. It will be available on YouTube. And if you don't subscribe to practice, please do subscribe it. And also there's a little bell there so you can get a notice beforehand, Everybody like to ring the bell, So please do. Namaste everyone. Thank you everybody on YouTube. See you soon. Bye. Namaste.